This little virtual tour aims to talk you through all of the different services and support that you can receive from Clare House for your child and family. We really recognise that every single child and family that gets referred to Clare House is very unique and individual, and we want the support that you receive to be equally as unique and individual.
One of the most important things families can get when visiting our team at Clare House is care and compassion, a friendly face, an understanding ear, and an ear that listens to our children and to our families. My name's Catherine. I'm a counsellor and the team leader of the Family Support and Counselling team. So our team offers a wide range of support for children who access the hospice, their parents, grandparents and their brothers and sisters as well. This room has lots of purposes, but often it's used for holding small therapeutic groups, such as our bereaved parents groups, our mums and dads groups, and we might hold a small therapeutic sibling group in here as well. These rooms are so important to us at Clare House because they offer a really warm, comfortable, confidential and private space.
My name's Wendy de St. Pere and I am a music therapist. Everybody has the capacity to respond to music. Music therapy can happen anywhere. Sometimes we'll do a session in a particular room, but I've also done sessions at people's bedside, in the gardens. It's impossible to say that there's any one thing that children will take away from music therapy sessions, but I've definitely worked with families where they seem to have come away with a better understanding of their child's responses, or with more ideas of how to interact or help their child's development. I think as well with some young people, there is a sense of self-esteem that they can gain from realising that they are musical and that they can create and take part in active music making.
My name is Andy Curtis. I'm the transitions coordinator and I work as one of the clinical nurses. I work with our teenagers and our young adults, and then the transition from Clare House when they finish at 23 to make sure that they've got some support in the adult world. I work with the young adults exclusively to get them to be in charge of their own lives. I push them to be more assertive, to understand their own care plans, their own care needs. It's them who should be communicating with me, not the parents. I do work with the parents as well, but I want the young adults to be involved in their decision making, their lives as much as possible. This is the daycare room. This is one of the spaces we use. We've got a big screen that we pull up and we play Mario Kart, FIFA. We do lots of big interactive board games, but there's lots of screaming and shouting, and then we normally get a takeaway to finish with. Whatever it is that we can do to support someone, we will do it.
My name's Paula Salmon. I'm one of the perinatal palliative care nurses, and I work as part of the Hospice to Home team at Clare House. Perinatal care covers the baby before they're born, after they're born, and beyond. For our parallel planning, which is our birth planning process, which is in the antenatal stage, so when the baby's still not being born, we've used this room so that we're able to have a relaxing environment away from the hospital setting, and we get to know the family a little bit more personally so they can be at the centre of the plan. We can tap into so many areas that can help them through pregnancy, help them with their baby. We've got occupational therapists that can support us on the neonatal unit. There's so much to offer. It can be a really tough time for a family. We obviously deal with end of life, which is everybody's worst case scenario. And so we just do what we can to try and make the child have their best life possible, and the family be supported through the toughest time of their life.
My name is Gail and I'm part of the complementary therapy team. There's quite a cross-section of therapies that we do. For the children, the aim of the therapies is to calm them. We also find it helps with constipation, congestion and sleep issues, and just something that's really nice for them to have some time out during their stay. When they come from home where it may be stressful, from Alder Hey, from hospitals, we try and make the spaces as welcoming as possible, as quiet as possible. We've got a lovely light room and some quiet areas to go to, and sometimes if we can, we'd like to try and get out into the garden. When the parents come in to see us, for example, if they're living in Alder Hey, we have quite a lot of parents who are living there 24 hours a day, and they don't get a break at all. They might take it in shifts to go home. So this is a chance for them to come to see us for an hour or so and literally step away from the consultants and from the stress that they're having and just have an hour to themselves. And our aim is to reduce their stress levels so they can go back into the hospital and face whatever that the week throws at them. And we find that really does help parents.
I'm Leslie Fellows and I'm the nurse consultant and manager of the integrated care services at Clare House. My role is to support all of the children and families that are referred to our rapid response service, sadly when their child is anticipated to be in their final weeks to months of life. I think the most important thing that families get from visiting Clare House is that they are listened to, they are heard, and they have choice. They have choice as to where their child receives their care during their child's life, and they also have choice as to where their child receives their end-of-life care. Being able to be alongside a family during their worst time of their life is so very challenging, both emotionally and physically, but knowing the difference that we can make to the children and families is what I love about working at Clare House.
The families that we see have really broad range of needs, and I think the great thing about Clare House is that we are able to meet quite a lot of those needs in a safe, friendly and fun environment.
Although we do some really incredibly difficult work with our families, often we're able to offer experiences to balance out those harder times with some lighter things. Perhaps that's memory making, or perhaps it's just offering some sense of hope for the future.